Today I'm going to share a 20-minute chair yoga practice specifically intended to relieve some tension in the shoulders and the mid and upper back. Welcome back to the Seasonal Intentions channel. I'm Emily Reed, and I believe you can feel great all year round, even if you're spending a lot of time in front of your computer, at a desk, or sitting in a chair. Speaking of chairs, you'll need one for today's practice. Ideally, it's a chair that doesn't have wheels or armrests so that you have enough space to move around freely and feel steady on the ground. If you're feeling some tension creeping into the upper back and shoulders, hit the like button so that I know you're ready to go. Feel free to start relaxed in your chair, maybe even lean back so your back can feel the support. And also to move away from the screen that you might have been focused on. At first, look around. So keep your eyes open and turn your head. In fact, maybe turn behind you to look behind you. So using your eyes and moving your eyes in a way maybe that they haven't yet today, instead of straight on to the side and around. And then feel free to close the eyes if it's comfortable. You can also keep a soft gaze and check in with yourself. Maybe your hands are on your lap. You can also connect to the heart and the belly. And notice what's present for you. And let the hands rest softly on your lap. You can keep your eyes closed if you like and let your chin drop heavy towards your chest. Notice any stretch or sensations you get near the back of your neck. And let your head roll towards the left shoulder. And if you want to add a bit more stretch to the right side of your neck, maybe reach the right hand down and away from you a little bit. And then return the hand to your lap, the chin heavy, close to your chest. And let the the head roll over towards the right side, near the right ear. And maybe use the left hand to reach down and away from you to the other side. And then replace the hand on the lap. Let the head rest heavy, close to the chest. And gently lift the chin. Perhaps open the eyes. And scooch forward a bit so you're near the front of your chair, so you're no longer resting your back behind. Take the hands to the shoulders and start to arch slightly. So stick your chest out, bring the elbows back. If it feels okay, look up slightly. And then reverse that. So round your back, let your elbows come towards each other. They may not touch, it's not really important. And then go back and forth a few times. Lift the chest, open up, elbows back, arch, and then round. Curl up into yourself. And go back and forth a few more times. You can keep the hands on the shoulders. Or you can extend the arms. Make sure you check your space so that you're not hitting anything here. And reach the hands back. Arms are more straight. And then when you round into yourself, it's almost like you're curling around a big beach ball. Let your arms feel really light as you move back and forth. Nice. And then find an ending for that. Sit up tall and take the feet a bit wider apart. Hopefully they can rest flat on the floor so you feel supported. And then lean onto your right thigh with your right hand or elbow resting on it. And take a side body stretch over to that side. So bring your left arm along with you if you like. Big stretch, reach over. And then reach at a slightly different angle. So maybe come forward a bit, reach to a different side of the room, and then reach a little bit lower at an angle, like you're making your way down to reaching towards the floor. Each time reach a bit further and then change the angle. When you get close to the foot or close to the floor, reverse that and reach in that same way back up to your starting position. Nice. And then rise up to sit tall in your chair, and we'll do the same thing to the other side. Let your left hand or forearm rest on your left thigh and take a side body stretch over to the left. Now, I often say this, but it's worth repeating that you're not the same on the left and right. So if your experience or the sensations here are different on this side, enjoy them, but also honor them. Sometimes it means wanting a deeper stretch. Sometimes it means backing off. And then reach at a slightly different angle and continue that little reach and change the angle until you get down closer to your foot towards the floor, and then reverse that and come back up. Reach, 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 and when you get back to your starting position, come on up to sit, pause, and notice the feeling on the left and right sides of your torso. Let's go back to the first side. So forearm or hand resting on the thigh. And for this, I find I like to stagger my legs so I'm not exactly in an even stance. You can change your feet around however you like. And take your left hand to your shoulder again. And this time, instead of circles or chicken wing things that we did before, we're going to rotate here by taking the elbow close to the knee, as if your belly button's looking down at the floor, and then turn and look back up so the elbow's looking at the sky. And then rotate again. Try that a few more times. Now, if you like, and if it feels possible, instead of the elbow resting on the thigh, you can straighten your right arm and get closer to the foot, or even rest the hand on the floor. Depends a little bit on how long your limbs are. And then you can extend the left arm to the sky and do this similar rotation, but now the arms are straight, so it'll feel different as you turn and rotate a few times. Take it at your own speed and as big or as small as you like. All right, the next time you're looking towards the floor, go ahead and walk yourself down into a forward fold between the legs. Let your torso hang heavy. Hands might rest on the ground. And then shift so your hands come to the top of your knees to help yourself back up to sit. Whew. Check in. Sometimes there's a blood pressure moment. All right, and then let's go to the other side. So left forearm on left thigh, right hand on the shoulder, and start with these rotations, which are coming from the middle back, the thoracic spine. You can keep the forearm resting on the thigh and the other elbow bent, or you can experiment with how does it feel to get a little closer to the ground? How would it feel to have the right arm more straight? And continue rotating back and forth. And the next time you're closer to the ground, go ahead and rest your hands down, walk your torso down over into a seated forward bend. And then bring the hands to the knees to help yourself back up to sit. Wonderful. All right. Turn your belly button to face the right at a bit of an angle. So your right knee is going to stay out to the side, but this time, hopefully your left leg can straighten a little bit back behind you. Now, sometimes that's easier to do if your thigh is supported right on top of the chair. So you might shift yourself around here. And if you have arm rests, you might have to work your way around those. Your leg doesn't have to be at any specific angle. It's just going to feel good to have this more straight than bent like we had before. And then take the arms out to the side. So this is a chair variation of a warrior stance or a warrior 2 lunge. And with the arms mostly straight, bend at the wrists so your fingertips point down and reach out across the room with the wrists of your hands. And then flip. The fingers point up and push the palms away from you like you're pressing into the walls. And go back and forth a few times. Fingers point down, fingers point up, and push. And then relax that flipping of the hands. Take the right hand and reach it to the sky. Rest the left hand on the floor and imagine reaching with those right fingers as high as you can. And then lower the arm, bring the hand or forearm down on the thigh again, and take your left arm with you for what looks like a side body stretch, except now because you have that left leg straight behind you, you might get the stretch down a little bit further down the side body. Any small change you make to your position is going to change your experience. And then if you like, dance back and forth a few times. It might feel silly, but notice what it feels like to be more fluid after holding a posture. Nice. And next time you're back upright, let the arms rest down and shift your legs around so that you're facing the other way. So scoot yourself around on your chair, do any kind of wiggles that you like, and then have your left knee bent. Perhaps your left thigh feels very supported by the chair and your right leg extended out behind you. If it's easier or if your legs are really long to have the knee close to the ground, that's fine too. And then with the arms out to the side, bend at the wrist, point the fingertips down. Feel that stretch down through the front of the forearms. And then keep the arms straight, but flip the fingers up, push. This requires a bit of strength and effort from the arms and shoulders. And then point down and up. Back and forth a few times. And then relax the hands and wrists, maybe wiggle the fingers. Reach the left hand to the sky now. Big stretch for the side body there. And if it feels okay, look up at the fingers in the sky. And then lower the arm, rest the hand or forearm on the thigh again. Bring the right arm with you. Big side body stretch. This time on the other side. Nice. And then dance back and forth a few times. Some of you may be familiar with this in a standing class. Dancing warrior. And the next time you're upright, find an ending for that. Shift yourself back around on your chair, this time with the legs a bit closer to one another. And then fold over the legs once again, or however far feels comfortable. Maybe rest the hands on the legs or on the floor. And then bring the hands to the tops of the knees and thighs and make your way back up to sit. Nice. From here, reach both arms out to the side and up overhead. Feel yourself lifting the hands, reaching up, like there's something up there to grab for you. Notice the work happening in the shoulders. And then as you lower the hands, turn to the left for a seated twist. So your right hand might come and rest on the front thigh. Your left hand might hold some part of your chair, either the back of the chair or the side. And then notice what it feels like to turn your head and gaze as far back as feels possible. And then slowly shift your gaze in the opposite direction. So you're still twisting to the left, but now you're looking towards the right shoulder. Notice which one feels better for you today and spend a moment in the place that feels good. And then sweep the arms up overhead, unwind your torso, come back to sit, reach up tall. And then we'll twist to the other side so that the arms fall as you turn the belly to the other side, the left. Left hand comes in front, right hand behind. And at first, look back towards that right shoulder. And then slowly shift to turn just the head towards the other shoulder, the left shoulder. And then pause anywhere in between for a few moments. Beautiful. Reach the arms up overhead. One more time. Reach. There's something worth grabbing up there. And then slowly float the hands back down on your lap. Sit back comfortably against the back of your chair. Let your body feel supported. Notice how you feel now after our time together. Be gentle with yourself, perhaps opening your eyes and again looking around, even behind you at your space. Take as much time as you can to transition before you return to your desk or whatever activity awaits. I thank you so much for your presence and your practice today. And I hope that things feel just a little bit different, especially in this upper part of the body. If you enjoyed today's practice, please hit the like button on this video so that I know these are the kinds of things that you want to see more of. Speaking of more, remember to subscribe to the channel using the button below so that you don't miss any of the videos that I release weekly. Thank you for practicing with me.